time for the reveal on the Jeep engine. I'm just putting the head on today and gonna bolt all this stuff down for the head and torque it. So nothing too exciting, just a short little video. This is not instructional, it's just to show you part of why I haven't been making so many videos lately. And hopefully I can get the head on without tripping over the tripod, huh? So I've had this bagged up. This is just a temporary cover to keep the dust off it, and then it does have a little bit of a oil residue on there, so that's why it's attracting some of this dust. And the oil residue was from installing all of the pistons and all that crap. You can see it's picked up a little bit of dirt, even though I've had dual covers on. I had the old shower curtain over it, and then I had a plastic bag with a bungee cord on it. I've already gone through this engine and blown out all the passageways, cleaned everything, made sure that everything was super clean, wiped out the bore several times, and double checked all my measurements. Okay, so we lost the audio here, so I'm just going to do a voiceover because there's nothing I can do to fix it. I'm just installing the head gasket here, getting ready to grab the head and gently set it on, trying not to mar up any of the mating surfaces on the gasket or the head or the block. And it was giving me a little bit of trouble getting that aligned. Now I'm just going through and setting the bolts in place, and these were not good bolts, I found out. You'll see in a second here that I had to put a smaller socket on a couple of them and basically tap it on because it was stripping the bolt heads. And I don't remember where I got these. I think it was Rock Auto, but they're a name brand, but I was not impressed. Here I'm just showing that I'm not tightening the bolts with the impact gun. I'm just running them down. That's a little quicker. Not doing it in sequence or anything like that. Here I'm pointing out that that front bolt takes a lower torque and that you need to seal it up with thread sealer. Otherwise it'll leak, because that does penetrate through the water jacket. And here you can probably see it's one of these bolts here that the socket slips right off. You'll see it in a second. Right there. Bang! Look at that. It's weird because the same socket worked on all the other ones, and it was the advertised size. Here I'm just using my tools improperly to hammer a socket on, and you can see that it's still a poor fit. I think I ended up going to a standard size socket, and these should be metric bolts. I think I had a 12mm or something like that, 14mm, I can't remember. But these are those multi-point star bolts. And right here, if you watch closely, you can see that slip again. And I'm picking out metal shavings from the bolt heads right here. That's why I've got all those paper towels in there, so that doesn't go down inside the engine. This engine has been a really difficult build, and I don't know why. I've put together a number of these Cherokee engines and never had these kind of issues. I think that maybe our parts quality has just gone severely downhill. Okay, so it was a 12mm. I'm having to go back and do voiceover on this. So this is just basically saying I'm going to put the valve cover on here and show you guys how that looks. And you can see how hot it was in the shop. I'm sweating my guts out. So here's the valve cover. This is powder coated, and the engine was painted. And then I reinstalled new brass plugs, clocked them all, and a new powder coated oil pan. Powder coated all the bolts. Thanks for watching, guys.